Beautiful Thing podcast. I'm your
Hey,
host,
hey.
Tanya Austin, and my guest, Najeema Bey-Mickel of Generations Learning Company. Woo, woo, woo. I am super excited to have you here, Najeema, and of course, you were one of my first clients, honestly, and we have done work together throughout the years after I started my consultant practice. But I want you, in your own words, to tell the audience who you are and what is Generations Learning all about.
Yeah, so I am Najeema Bey-Mickel, aka Jeema Bey-Mickel. um, I am the owner and founder of Generations Learning Company. We are a tutoring service that services kids in kindergarten through eighth grade. We specialize in closing gaps for students who have learning deficiencies. And I'm excited to be here. We are going strong. We are in almost year 5. So
Whoa.
it's been a journey, such a great journey. And we're just here to impact the world and tell kids that education can change families forever. So that's us.
That's so good. That's so good. Now, I
Yeah.
just want to hear though, what is your why? Like, you have this business, you have this tutoring company, but why? Because
Mhm.
pre-generations learning company, you were in the classroom,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah. I
that was
was in
good
the
and
classroom.
secure.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. It was a lot of work, but it was a secure whatever that even mean,
That
right?
is so true.
So before Generations Learning Company, I was a teacher. I was a middle school ELA teacher, English language arts teacher for eighth grade. And I served in the classroom for about almost 10 years. I've been in education and youth development for 10 years. I've been a teacher for about 7 to 8 years. And so before that, I was a teacher. I had a stable income. It was monthly, but it was coming. As long as
Yes.
I was in that classroom, it was coming. And so
Right.
I knew, the back of my hand, I knew standards, I knew the classes, I knew kids, I knew how to get the scores. Everything was secure. And then something happened that shook my entire professional career. And so I did have to shift. And so now I'm learning what, the new me as a business owner and what that looks like, what we are now. So, yeah, I was a teacher, and my why is I think after the traumatic, event, I started to reevaluate I can do this on my own terms. I've taken a whole middle school department, an entire middle school English language arts department from a 43% in reading proficiency to a 79 on a state test
In
in
1 year
in
or
one
a few
year.
years?
No, no, no. This was one year for eighth grade. I took an
Wow.
entire eighth grade class from a 43 to a 78, 79. They said, Jima, Miss Bay, we've never seen these numbers in 6 years. We've been here for six
Wow.
years and we've never seen this. And this was in the same year that I actually was on leave for that traumatic event.
Wow.
And I was suspended. I have no problem saying that because I know God has graced me, and this is a part of my why. I was
Yeah.
suspended and I caught myself at home crying, didn't know if my license was going to be suspended, didn't know if I was going to ever get my job back. Needless to say, all of those charges or all of the things that was happening, everything kind of went away. I was free
Yeah.
from everything and I was offered my job back. And in
Yeah.
that same year, we made that progress in 1 year. And
That's
I said, if I
amazing.
can do it for 150 kids, surely I can do it on my own terms. And that I want that freedom where nobody could ever take away something that was so amazing and anointed for me to do and gifted. So I decided my why would always be the freedom that I can give education whenever I needed to, whenever I wanted to whomever needed it. So that was my why, to have more freedom, to have that ability to reach kids, you know, without a district telling me when or how. None of that. So I unlocked something. So yeah.
Oh my God, you said so much because a lot of us, and I call it looking at the handwriting on the wall,
Hmm.
when things happen that causes us to shift, fear. And you were saying, I didn't know if my license was going to be, suspended. I didn't know how long this was going to last, all of that. That was rooted in fear. So,
Yeah.
but yet the new you, as you said, emerged.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So let's talk about, how do you move past the fear to go into the unknown? I mean, you knew, right,
Hmm.
about it, but you were in middle school. Your business serves what grades?
My business serves K through 8, but I am the middle school specialist. Hmm. Hmm.
You middle school specialist. So
Hmm.
then you shifted to a new you. So had you um done, I guess, elementary
Y-
before?
Yeah, I actually did some summer school teaching for elementary. I've actually taught fifth grade before. So I have experience in teaching the younger kiddos, but my love is middle school. Just because I've been there, I've grown. I found who I am as a businesswoman, as another next level master teacher. So I owe that, I feel like, to my middle school. My middle school
Yes.
experience. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I
Hmm.
love it. Now, a lot of times too, I always tell my clients that if you operate out of love, and you've used
Hmm.
that word so much already in 5 minutes,
Yeah, yeah.
then it's like the solutions that you can offer are immeasurable because
Mm,
you're not operating out of let me get a check, let me,
mm,
it's not you focused, it's a love for your client. And
hmm,
so, I think that's what makes serving as a business owner, entrepreneur so authentic.
yeah,
What do you
yeah.
think about that?
I think you are hitting it on the head because when you start doing it for money, parents feel that. Parents that's not what they are looking for. Of course, they're going to pay, but they are looking for people who care about their most beautiful possession, or kids. We love our kids. So they are looking for a person who is going to be nurturing, who wants to support them, who's not going to lie to them about where their kid is or how the system is treating. They want honesty, they want authenticity, they want you to love on them, they want you to care. And so the money will come when you are passionate about whatever you're doing. And I do believe that. I believe that if you do a good job and you love what you do and people see that you love what you do, it almost automatically makes you an expert, because when you love something, you are going to do whatever it takes to find the results, to find the solution, to nurture that thing. We love our kids, so we're going to do whatever it takes. And so I feel like my business is my baby. And then I feel like my clients, I owe them. If I say I love this service and I love education, they can see that. And so I don't do it for the money. But we know it's valuable. Let's not that right. Let's make that very clear. But
Look, the Bible even says money answers all things.
okay,
All
so
things.
we not, no, it ain't no community service around here. Let me stop. I'm sorry. But really, we do it. It makes it so easy when you love it, because I feel like I'm anointed for it. And so when it's easy, you know, y y when you're anointed, it's easy, and when it's easy, you love it. Even when those times get hard, you go back to that why. And so parents have to see that. That has to be in the vision. That has to be in the mission. It has to be in your philosophy that you love this thing. So yeah,
That's
yeah.
so good. That's so good. What do you say to ones who they, you know, there's a change of heart? So there's always going to be changes in how you do what you do, right?
Absolutely.
And a lot of times, what I have found is if there's a change in how you do what you do, if you're not confident in what you're doing,
Yeah.
then you'll go back to changing something again, right?
Mm.
Like something's not right, something's not right. And I think what you said was so key, that the love of what you do almost makes you an expert because you're passionate about it. You're researching about it. You're analyzing about, how what the results are. And of course, in your case, the results of your clients, your kids, right? And how that has, because you have entered their lives or your services entered their lives have changed. So in saying that, can you give us a testimonial or an experience that you'll never forget?
Oh my God, I can name you five off the top of my head.
Wow.
Um, oh my God. From school or my business,
Your
I'll talk
business,
about
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, I've had 3 wins within this past 2 weeks.
Oh,
I'm very, very passionate about African American males, um, and the stigma and the stereotypes around education around them. And historically, they have been one of my top performers, but they've just been in hiding. And historically, um, it is known that stats say that African American males are twice twice as likely to be diagnosed, misdiagnosed, or disproportionately placed in special education. Okay. So I have African American males in my tutoring program, and they are from the age of 10 to 14. I just had one, literally, it's giving me chills yesterday. He was so excited to tell me, he said, uh, guess what happened? I'm like, oh God, what? Anyway, long story short, he tells me that he made a 80% on his reading test at school, and he's in sessions for reading. Um,
wow.
and not even that was the most powerful. The most powerful thing that he said was, and did you know my teacher said she wasn't expecting that from me? And I said, you tell her that you are a part of Generations Learning Company, and there's nothing that you cannot do. And we've
Hmm.
only been working together for 6 weeks. 6 weeks. He
Six
has
weeks.
6 weeks. And I had to look back at the date. I said, now, are you sure? Because I can use this test again. But 6 weeks, it shocked myself. I said, I
God.
am, I'm so happy for you.
Oh my
And
gosh.
fifth grade, another fifth grader who was in my program a few months ago, he said, Miss Bay, you taught me so much. I said, what have I taught you? He said, everything that I was talking and we were learning about in ELA class, my teacher asked me, how did I know all this already? I said, you tell her you are a part of the G Squad. That's what we call our kids.
The G
You tell
Squad.
her the G Squad.
I
Just
love
had
it.
a student this tonight. He went from a 40% in his reading and his ability to identify sounds of letters to 70%
Oh
in
my,
2 months.
in 2 months.
2 months. Yeah.
Now,
I'm so proud. Yeah, so that's the change. That's what gets me up every single day to go to these sessions when I hear that. And you never know when it's gonna happen, but when it's happened, it's like, this is why I do this. Yeah. Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
my gosh. And they're never going to forget you.
Oh,
As long
yeah.
as they live, they will
Yeah.
never forget you.
You're gonna make me cry.
They won't. And the beautiful part, and it's good to cry because what it's saying is that you are really making a difference and you are passionate about it. And these African American males are not going to be misdiagnosed, misclassified, whatever, into the wrong thing. And they're going to be in their rightful place
Yeah.
because you took the time to show them something. And I would even go even further. It was there.
Oh yeah. Oh,
It's
oh,
not like you
oh.
created it.
It was always there. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
You're nurturing it. And I love it. And what I love even more is that God has this way of blessing the seed that we've planted. When we're
Yeah.
planted in the right ground, just like naturally.
Yeah.
When that seed is planted in good ground, fertile soil, it gets the nutrients it needs. That plant, whatever it is, that fruit will spring forward like it should.
Oh yeah. Wow, that's good. That's
Because
really
that's
good.
what is in there. And
Mm,
Generations Learning Company,
mm, 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 mm,
you and your other tutors, whomever you work with,
mm.
you're bringing that out of them. You're
Wow.
nurturing. They're in your ground, your good ground, and you're giving
Mm,
it the nutrients and the care and the
mm,
light and the
mm,
nurturing and the water, and that seed is germinating. And guess what?
mm.
It is staying with them. You see the fruit.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, that's generations. I want this to go with you from generations to generations to I want to change the literal makeup, genetic makeup of your education mindset, your educational pathway. That's yeah, yeah.
And you are so even reversing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It broke my heart when you said that little one of your students said to his teacher
Yeah.
he didn't even expect him to do that. And
Mm.
I would venture to say, what made you even say something like that? Were you
To a
being
to a student. You're supposed to be helping. You're
their
supposed to be
cheerleader?
cultivating that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what makes me go harder. And I tell them, you give her my card. She want to
That's
talk to
right.
me.
That's right. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you're not
Mm-mm,
new to this. You're not just
mm-mm,
some fly by night. Just like you said, you're not just in it
mm-mm,
for the money. You're in it to change lives, to change generations.
mm-hmm, mm.
I love it.
Yes, yes. You got me crying over here.
I
I
know.
love.
That's right. That's right. Because it's passion. It's because it's out
Yeah,
of love.
yeah, yeah.
And so now that we talked about the results of what you do,
Mm-hmm.
tell me what are like maybe the main misconception about what you
Mm.
do? Like what
Ooh.
what do you have to correct or thought that you have to correct or combat
All
about
right.
what
Look,
you
tears is
do?
over now. Um, man. So okay. What I do have to correct, is this I have to reverse this idea. There are two things. One is centered around the business structure. A lot of parents think they can pay afterwards or they can, drop their kids off and, we'll pay when we have it. And it's this misconception where we are still going to serve even though the transaction is not complete, right? And so they get this misconception that we are kind of like teachers, where, some of the conditions that the teachers have to, experience in the classroom, we don't. We are a private a business. We choose, we screen, we consult. We don't have to take every single student or accept some of the terms that the parents think okay. So a lot of them don't understand the pricing, they don't understand the value. So we do have to educate a lot of times around why we do what we do, and this is our policy. And so a lot of them just have misconceptions that it's after school care, and it's not.
Or
It's,
babysitting is what it
or a
sounds like
babysit.
to me.
No, no, no. Because
Right.
babysitting charge you $2 a minute. You don't want to do that with tutoring because we go up a little bit. So it's that. Misconception is that they think they don't have to, continue to support the learner at home.
Mm,
We are all hands in tier one, two, and three. All the tutor, the student, and the parent. That's our tiers. We're all hands on. And so they don't really have that understanding that tutoring is not just a band-aid, it is a process. And so you guys have to be on one accord and you have to be on board with what we're telling you to do. And, so some of that consistency or the non-consistent parts are really getting the parents on board and saying, this is what your child needs in order to succeed. 2 sessions are not going to do it.
right,
3 months may not do it. So when we
right,
recommend this personalized plan, we're
right.
telling you this is our prescription and this is how long it may take.
That's good.
Um, and so some of the parents are like, we'll just do a little bit here, a little bit there. It's like, no, that's not how that works. So
Mm,
yeah, that was a few in all, just on just the structure of tutoring, and that it's not an overnight thing, and that you are paying for value. And if you could get the same results with that teacher, you wouldn't need tutoring. So
mm,
that's a big aha moment. Another one is that they hire us for homework. Again, we are specialized in closing gaps. So Generation Learning Company, if we're doing homework, it is a private student. That student has already mastered the goals that we've set, and then they go into homework and enrichment. A lot
mhm.
of parents come to us and say, "Oh, well, they just need help with math," and I'm like, right, but they're not on grade level, so they couldn't even do it anyway. So we need to
Mm,
start where they are and then
mhm,
push them up. So yeah, it's a lot of that.
mm. Because, even with your talking, what I'm hearing is you have to destroy the misconception. I run an after school program
All the time. You have a
versus
special.
no, because I am running a tutoring academy, a tutoring
Hmm.
service. And that is like night and day. I remember I would go and get my child from after school, and sure enough, what are they doing? They're playing Nintendo. Of course, I know I'm dating myself, but
No, you're fine.
they're not Nintendo, PlayStation. They're playing PlayStation,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, well, where's the homework?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And now that was at the school, after school, whatever program it was. And they were like, well, no, we don't really do homework like that. They're on their own, and then we just do snacks and
Mm.
get to play. And I'm thinking,
Yeah.
wait,
Wait
wait,
a minute. Right, right, right. It should have
we
said
can
after
play at
school
home.
enrichment. Right. Exactly.
We
Mm-hmm.
can play at home without my assistance.
Right, right,
You know? So
right.
I love that because a lot of times what I think that, in communicating value, a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs, it sounds like you're very clear on your value and being
Mm-hmm.
able to communicate that
Mm-hmm.
flat-footed, like this is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So were you always there, or did you have to um, transition even yourself to get there to say, this is the value, this is what I'm giving you, this is what you're investing in?
I was never there. I think when we started working, well, I wasn't even close. I was like, just give me the kids. Okay, you can pay me, and I was like, I was before we started working together. Horror stories, okay? Thrillers. I was not there. No, I was not there. I was not there. Like I would just take everything. I would take anything. Again, I'm middle school. I'm the reading specialist. My niche is grades 3 to 8. So I don't even like K2 as much. I can teach it, but even that, I was just taking everybody and anybody, and I had almost up to 10 kids with individualized plans with different age groups. Math, reading, whatever, you name it. I was doing it all. And I'm like, I'm overwhelmed. I
Yeah.
can't give them quality intervention because I'm spending more time trying to get all these resources because this is new and then this is new. And I'm not niching down. I'm
Mhm.
not clear on, what I can give them because I'm just giving them everything. And so it
Mm.
becomes watered down. The parents are less confident that I can deliver because I don't even know what I'm delivering.
Isn't that
So
something?
yeah, I was not there at all, but I think it took frustration,
Yeah.
finance, and forgiving myself. My 3 F's. It took forgiving myself. Gima, you didn't know. It's okay to not want to do phonics all day. It is
Mm.
okay not to want to do third grade math all day. How
Right.
can we outsource? How can we provide the best instruction for our kids who come through our program? I can teach. I can teach somebody how to drink water. I can teach. Okay. I am a master teacher. I can teach. But content specialist, I need to find someone who knows content. I know instruction. I can do that. I can teach you how to teach your content.
Mm.
So at the end of the day, I was like, the money, I didn't know how to structure my packages because I was offering homework. And then I came to realization, I said, wait, am I doing homework help? Am I doing grade level enrichment? Am I doing intervention for kids who are low or who are not on grade? What am I doing? So I had to start with that. What do I
Right.
like to do? What
Right.
do I not like to do?
Correct.
Um, what fuels me and gives me that drive every morning? And it was intervention. It was small group intervention. I could do that
Small
all
group
day.
intervention all day.
So we
Time
we
just stops,
navigated.
right? It's just like,
Hmm. Oh my God, I love it. We navigated that. I said, I don't like doing homework because then I got to prepare whatever this teacher, I'm not doing that. I got out of the classroom just for people trying to tell me what to do. I said, nope, I'm not it. I want to create my own intervention pathways based on what the student needed. And that's what drove me into where we are now as an intervention, closing gap, mastery based instruction. We
mm,
only do mastery. So don't bring me no homework if he is not on grade level or she is not on grade level.
that's
I'm going to
good.
say respectfully, parent, I love you. This homework can wait. We can do a drop in session, but I can't teach her third grade reading if she has not mastered kindergarten.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
that's so good.
mm,
So, how long did it take you to realize going from, like you said, the frustration to now we're intervention, we're mastery? How long did that
mm.
take?
It in the beginning, it took for me to finally say what I just said, a year.
A year.
And it took me a year because I battled with my confidence. I had this all written down. I knew what I wanted. I battled with, well, will people even book me? Will they hire me? I'm getting booked for this, I'm getting booked for that. And I'm like, well, I don't even want to get booked for that. So why do I even,
Uh-huh.
but to literally have my speech and say, hey, parent, this is the only thing that I'm doing.
Mm,
It took about a year
mm.
to be so good. But it took 6 months for me to hash out what the plan looked like. And then another 6 months for me to say, Jima, you have to stick to it. So yeah. Hmm.
And now, how does that feel in this phase versus in the previous phase where you were taking any and everybody?
I feel more confident.
Mhm.
I feel that parents will understand. I even feel that I don't have to, be all salesy with it. I tell them my vision. I tell them the mission. I tell them the results based on what I have been doing, and
Yeah.
I tell them the transformation. And the transformation is what I do. Like that's how I get it. So it makes me feel so confident. Um, and I'm peaceful. I'm peaceful now.
Peaceful.
I'm
Peaceful.
peaceful. I'm
That's what I
clear.
was, yeah. That's
Mm-hmm.
it's a beautiful thing
Mm-hmm.
to be peaceful. And you know, and it's not just peaceful. You know, the Bible talks about quiet confidence.
Mm.
Because that's why you don't have to be salesy. And
Yeah.
you don't have to
Yeah.
be all like, I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. When I was in HR, the thing that we hate the most is sitting on the other side
Mm-hmm.
of an interviewee and we say, well, what are you looking for? I'll do anything.
Mm, mm, mm,
That
mm.
makes us run the other way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's like, wait a minute, I understand what you're trying to say, but it's not
Mm-hmm.
landing the way you want it to land with me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because when you say I'll do anything,
Mm.
and I'm looking for a professional in this area,
Then you're not it.
Houston, we have a problem, right?
Yeah.
And
Right.
that's why, just niching
Mm-hmm.
your way down and
Mm-hmm.
seeing what it is that you do, you're tapping into your gift
Mm-hmm.
and you know what you do. That's that quiet confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to be salesy, but you're telling them, listen, quite confidently, these are the results you'll get
Mm-hmm.
because this is what I offer.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is the value that you're getting.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it equates to this amount of money, right? As
Mm-hmm.
an investment.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, I believe that's really, you said something so key. I think that's like over half the battle. It's the
Mm-hmm.
confidence
It really is.
because
It
you knew
really
it.
is. Yeah. Yeah. It really is. And I think it drove me I had to fake it a little bit. I'm like, look, we on this
Yeah,
consultation. Yes, I had a script
right.
until it becomes me.
Correct.
I'm gonna practice. Yeah, yeah. I had a
So
script.
good. That's so
When we did our coach, I'm like, yep, let me get that script because when it becomes a habit, it becomes me. And
good.
I got tired of my clients telling me that this is how I want your business to run. It became their business instead of mine. And I couldn't have that.
Is
So
that
I'm
the
like, what you gonna
consultant
do?
or what?
We gonna fight or flight. And I said, we're gonna fight this thing. We're gonna fight the inner me to continue to build the business around my vision. Had to. So yeah, oh yeah, that is the battle. You can sit
And
down all day and plan, but to do it and have your mind, body, soul all aligned and say, yes, I agree. We have to do this. That's the battle. I'm telling you, that confidence thing. Woo.
it's
Mm-hmm.
huge. Oh my God, I love what you said.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's Saturday. I am doing a workshop and it's called Purpose and Passion. And
Mm,
that is one of the killers. And
mm,
the
mm,
thing
mm.
is, and that what I'm talking about is one of the killers is lack of confidence, fear.
Yeah.
And it's like it's almost a blessing and a curse because you can't help your passion. You can't help what you like. So even if you're afraid of it, or even if you don't have the confidence, it's still
Still
here.
there. Yep.
Just
Sitting there. Sitting
it
there.
just rests. It just
Mhm.
rests right here on your
Yeah.
heart. It
Right
rests
there.
right here. Right? Am I right about it? You just
You
rest.
right.
And it's just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and people
Mm.
don't know that inner struggle that you're dealing with until you open your mouth.
Mm. Mm.
And when I say
Yeah.
people, I'm talking about the person on the other side that should be getting what you're offering
Right.
because they are either going to, like you said, tell you this is what I want,
Mm.
and then you cower down. But guess what? They're not happy either because they're not getting the results that they really
No.
want.
Nope.
They're coming to you clearly because what? They need some help.
They need help.
Need some help. So
They
let's
need
just,
help.
let's just address the elephant in the room. The people are coming. If you're attracting the people and the people are coming, they need help and they see something in you that says, that's the person for me. At least let me know
Yeah.
what he's talking about. But when
Mm,
we don't do our homework, and I love how you said you made the
mm,
script and you kept talking it until
hmm.
it became you.
Yes, yes, yes.
100% because it was a part of you, just like that seed with your clients.
Mm,
Seed was
had to
there.
believe it.
You were watering it with your script.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that's good.
oh,
Definitely,
isn't that
definitely.
good? And now
Yeah.
look at the fruit.
Oh yeah.
Longevity. Generations Learning Company has now been in effect for 3, 4 years.
Yeah, we're going on year 5
Year
in
five.
January. Yeah. Yep.
Year five. And I'm
Mhm.
telling you, the statistics are businesses, Black women owned businesses, although we're the largest and most, the biggest group to start businesses, right? So
Mhm.
quickly, we also close them as quickly. So then
Man.
it's, yeah, but yet you're defying the odds because you're going on 5 years.
Wow. That's crazy.
And most businesses would have quit by now.
Yeah.
Black, white, whatever,
Mhm.
women, it doesn't matter. The IRS is documented. You have 5 years to
Mm.
really prove yourself that you actually have a legitimate business. Isn't that good?
It is crazy. Yeah, I'm man, because it's been times.
Yes.
And we're like, yep, go ahead and we can just gonna be done with
We just
this. This was
we
cute.
just done with this, right?
Yeah,
It's
but
cute.
it's so beautiful to see what it was at first, who
Mhm.
I was as a business owner at first until now. It's like, yeah, okay. And now I'm excited to even know what's gonna be held in the future. Like, who am I gonna be in the future? How am I gonna adapt in the future? What is my business gonna look like? It's actually exciting because we do change. And so I'm excited to see what it's gonna be and things gonna unfold to.
And the reason why I love it is because if we let God have his work,
Hmm.
we evolve into who he's called
Mm.
us to be. And sometimes we don't know the full, most time, probably 100% of the time, we don't know the fullness of it.
Yeah.
But all we have to do is say yes over and over and over again.
Every month, every week. But yes, you are absolutely right. Absolutely right. It
Over
takes a
and
yes.
it
Hmm.
takes a yes. It takes a
Yeah.
yes. Over and over again, it takes a yes. And sometimes it's consciously. And there's nothing wrong with that
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
sometimes we have to consciously just make that decision. We have to. So now, what does Generations Learning Company have to look forward to? If
Hmm.
it can say, what's on the horizon that you are privy to tell? Or
Okay.
what are your thoughts? Or either what are your thoughts for the future for Generations Learning?
Oh my God, I love this question. Um, because God gave me something. Well, he's given it to me since 2020, but it's becoming even more clear. And God sends people to help do that, and I love that.
Mm.
And so we have a few things. I would love to launch. We are going to start launching. I'm thinking of doing my consulting for parents. We are going to start hosting webinars for parents of students who have diverse learning needs. And we're going to start hosting free webinars so that they can ask their questions. They can see how lessons are modeled. So that's one of the things that I'm working on to really build my parent academy, my parent village. So that's one thing. We do have another She Means business coming up. It has been requests. They're like, when are you gonna do another one? So this is for some of my my newbies, my millennial babies, and not even millennials, because I had everybody up in the building. Gen X is in there.
Everybody,
Yeah.
everybody.
So we had a generations full of women who are launching, relaunching, revamping, or beginning. So that is coming in 2025 again.
Yeah.
Um, and then, of course, we are launching our hybrid program. So we are going to start offering virtual sessions so we can reach other countries, countries, other states, cities. So we have done that. Yeah. And we are hopefully hiring one more specialist to add to our K2 learning cohort. So
Oh
yeah, we got a lot
my
going on.
Yeah, I got a lot going on. That is
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
wonderful.
yeah, yeah. A lot going on.
Lot going on.
Lord,
Oh
Jesus.
man.
Yeah.
So good. So
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
So good. I am
Mm,
so honored to have been a part, honestly, of the transformation of you,
mm,
of your business. And I just want to say, when you called me, I'm saying this for the record, of course you know the story, but for people who hear,
right.
I was thinking about going in another direction in my consulting practice, and I was like, no, I want to help, newly divorced women. And then you said, well, I think you need to go this way. And I said,
Yeah, yeah. I said it like that. Uh-huh.
you did. You
Yeah.
said it just like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, okay, let me think about this. So just like you were saying, God brings people in, and of course, and that was, way years ago, but God brings people in your life to help. He
Mm-hmm.
does. And
Mm-hmm.
the adage that says, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
Mm-hmm. That's
And
good.
yeah, and so, I just want to say kudos to Generations Learning. And I love how you did that play on words with your different groups, your children, yes, but then also too, and she means business, there were different generations represented
Yeah. Yeah,
of
that's
women
cool.
who want to do more. And so,
Yeah.
you truly are an inspiration. And so I want to just end this by asking you a couple of questions.
Yeah.
First, what book would you recommend, or that has been one of the most impactful for you,
Mm.
as a business owner?
Oh my goodness. So good. I would say it is The Business Boutique. And that is Dave Ramsey's personnel. I got to get her name. Um, but that was a book I actually just finished. The Business Boutique by Christy Wright. If any of my entrepreneurs, my women, she's a woman, and she talks about how to start a home-based business, how to juggle it all, and she just gives you so much insight. She really talks about mindset, and then she gives you, some of the checklist things as a business owner you're considering, and she just makes you feel that where you are is okay. She affirms to confirm your vision. So yeah, that's one of a quick read. Love it, love it, love it. So Business Boutique by Christy Wright.
Business Boutique. Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
All right. And what advice would you have told yourself if you could go back when you first started? What advice would you have told yourself?
Do not pace yourself. Do not compare, but pace. Pace yourself. I think I did, do some things that kind of, it was beautiful. It was a great idea. And one thing about me, I'm gonna do it. If I said I'm gonna do it, if I see it, it's gotta come out the way I see it. And so I put a lot of pressure, but I feel like the pressure pushed me into my purpose as well. So, but pace yourself, and know that you will get there eventually, but there are some things to consider while you are getting there. So, I would definitely tell myself, girl, all right, let's think about this. Think about your life too, because your business is not just You have different aspects of your life. And I didn't think about that. I was like, I'm gonna do this business. Before I know it, I'm clocking, 80 hours, 60 hours, and I have a family. So pace yourself. Pace
Yeah.
yourself. You'll get there. Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Good,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
And this will conclude it. And you may have already, touched on it, but any lasting words of inspiration to new entrepreneurs or small business owners?
My where I am now, I can only, give advice of where I am now. But where I am now, I would say do not quit, just adapt.
That's good.
That's all I have. I just adapt.
That's
It's okay, but just don't quit. You may not be able to do it full on, you may not be able to give it your all, but have a pace
yeah.
and just adapt to, what's going on around you.
And I'm hearing give yourself grace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Don't be
Grace.
so hard. You don't have to be, because Instagram and Facebook, they'll fool you every time. And you fool you. And so if you got to get off of that, get off of that
Yeah.
because you'll end up putting so much pressure on yourself to be something. Then you turn around 20 years later, you probably didn't even want to build it that way. So enjoy the build. Yeah, and give yourself grace. Those two. Yeah, enjoy it. Yeah. It should make you exciting. Mhm.
Yeah. Very
Excited.
good. So my last question is, where can they find you? Your social media. You just
I
talked
am
about
on
social media.
Facebook, Instagram, Generations Learning Co. That's it. Generations Learning Co. I'm on Instagram and Facebook. And of course, my website, www.generationslc.com.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.